Alright, so today in this video I'm planning to showcase you as many characters from Papers of Homelessness as possible. I have done them throughout a series of different streams or my personal time, and I just wanted to show you the planned characters for this series. Well, not series, it's a one book. This is what happened when I don't script my words. I'm an awfully awkward person, sorry. So, for the first character, this is actually going to be Noel. And Noel is, as you kind of probably should have guessed from the name of the series, of the book, my apologies, she's homeless. Now, I don't mean to be disregarding of anything. I don't plan on just writing it casually. I did some research that as possible as I could find about what it means to be homeless, how people get into it, how people are being treated, and I tried to incorporate that as much as possible into my story, because at the end of the day, it does have Noel as the second main character after the main protagonist, which is Charlie. And again, it is only the beginning. A lot could change. I'm currently writing my draft, and I hate to admit it, even though my fanfiction version is actually already pretty long. My original version is only a paragraph long. Man, is that embarrassing to admit. So, because I'm doing a video that has a lot of characters, or a lot of moments that I drew, I am not showing everything. I'm mainly showing the very important parts. Because again, this is only to showcase how my thought really goes, or how my internal monologue is, which is basically me screaming into my head because I have no idea what I'm doing. Once again, I am a very self-taught artist and writer, and whenever I draw something, it is a lot like a really, really impossible puzzle. And I'm just laughing at myself now that I look back, because I had the main pose, which is done by the stick figure, basically, the circles and lines. But I didn't think about how she would look. I know I had the notes, which tell me what I want mainly for the character. But I never drew a face. I never drew the eyes. I only drew them as the fanfiction version, which is not really a good idea. But I'm actually pretty happy with I'm actually really happy with the result. At the end of the day, she is a descent from dark-skinned people with narrow eyes. Now, she's not Asian. There are some, like The Rock. Dwayne Rock. Wait, I forgot his last name. Anyways. So there's a lot of people with dark skin, and even black, and even. There's a lot of people with dark skin, African Americans, in Hebrew you call them Edot HaMizrach, but it's mostly like the Middle East, from Asia. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I'm basically wanting to like have my own words into this video and I'm basically embarrassing myself. I'm so sorry. Again, this is unscripted. I am so awful. I'm thinking on what I want to say on the spot. I am so sorry. Anyway, so there's a lot of people with dark skin that have very Asian looking eyes, which is kind of confusing for people who are not familiar with um Asian culture, with you know um, non-American or non-European cultures. I mean, I'm Israeli. I know what a non-American, non-European culture is, but again, I am not sure about the other cultures as well. I study them. I look for references, but yeah. Again, I have no idea what I'm saying. Shoot me in the head. The second character I drew actually was Charlie. I know, it's like, why would you draw Noel first if Charlie is the main protagonist? Well, because I actually like Noel much better. And she's so much easier to draw. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I really didn't know what I wanted for Charlie. Like, at the beginning, I actually tried to draw him as closely to the fan fiction version, but still looking like a 20 years old. But then I'm looking at how 20 years old look, and again, I'm 20, almost 24, and I think of 20 years old, actually it's 21 years old, as babies. It's like, I remember when I was 16 and I thought 18 was the epitome of adulthood, of like, he's ancient. And then I got to 18 and I thought, wow, I'm old. And then it's like, as like 5 years later, I'm like looking back and say, holy hell, are they babies? I work with 18 years old. I'm allowed to say that. No, seriously, I worked with them. I worked as a mechanic in the army. And I did that like late because I had I studied for my associate degree. So yeah. Yeah, they're so baby-like. Oh my god. They have this weird, they look like babies because they're so round in faces. And I have a friend, one of my friends literally still doesn't have actual beard. Like, the most he would get would be like 5 hairs on his mustache and maybe 2 on his chin. And he literally got out from the army up till like kind of like in the army you're supposed to shave, but he got the permission not to for 5 hairs, and I'm like laughing at him so hard. It's like I have to you're not allowed to shave at all if you have this agreement, and I'm like, well, they would think you're actually shaving your chin. Oh my god. Poor guy. Oopsie, I'm sorry if I'm insulting you. I'm not saying your real name. You know who you are. Love you. No, not really, but love you. Again, awkward. I'm literally saying out loud whatever the hell I think. And if that makes me a terrible person, I'm so sorry. I also notice I giggle a lot. Look, this is my first video I actually speak, because this is like going to be my 3rd video I ever made. So first of all, woo! I'm making videos now. I'm actually cool. Like all the cool people. I've been drawing digitally for 4 years, almost 5 years, and and I did animation like once in my life. I think I did like this bouncy ball animation. I called it a day. I said, look guys, I'm an animation expert. Oh yeah. And then I never did animation again. Yay me. Go Aliki, you're give me okay. I'm calm. No. Okay, calm down. Okay, you're in the middle of video. You're in the middle of, recording this in the middle of like the living room with the television in mom's room blaring and all the cars blaring from the street. You're like, not allowed to laugh. There's already too many noise. Shut up. Okay. Calm. I am calm. Everything was okay. Okay. So back to the characters. So Charlie is the main protagonist. Now, I actually really wrote the fan fiction because I wanted to write romance. Because I'm flinking my hair right now saying how awful my experience with my romance life. Which means it translates to non-existent. Never fell in love. Never met a guy that made my heart flutter like the butterflies. I still have no idea what that means, honestly. It's like, people are like, oh my god, he's so dreamy. And I look at him as like, why? Okay. I mean, the funny thing is, I am attracted to both genders. It's like, I would literally look at a girl and say, I would bang her. I'd look at the guy, I would say, oh my god, he's hot. I would bang him. YouTube, if you see this, I didn't say anything. Don't monetize me. I don't know what the hell that means, actually. I don't get any money out of those videos. It's like, what, 12 views for one video? I can survive. I literally just started last 2 weeks ago. I haven't made a video in 2 weeks. Wow, great. I keep telling, like, oh, this is going to be a weekly thing. Don't worry. 2 months pass, and they're like, where's the video? Not the video. Where is the story? Where is this drawing? And I'm like, I'm in my cave, running away from responsibilities. Sadly, I won't be able to do that next year because university, kill me. I am literally going to have days, like in the second semester, it's worse. But in the first semester, I have 2 days I start at 8 in the morning, and evening, morning. And like 3 days where I finish at 6 o'clock, which is not so bad. I finished at 7 in high school when I was in the 9th grade. That was awful. But then the second semester comes, rolls around. 4 days I finish in 6. 4 days I start at 8. And the best part, one day I'm finishing at 7. Woo! God, I want to kill myself. Why? Actually, no, I don't want to kill myself. That would be a terrible idea. Yeah, I really went off tangent. Tangent? Tangent. I don't know how to say that in English. סליחה על כל הבלגן, אני מאוד מצטערת. Which, anyone who's from Israel, hi, high five. Kif. Kif. Okay. Alright, I'm back. I'm no more. So, Charlie, actually his family is pretty interesting. First of all, he's adopted. Reasons, spoilers. Can't say. Anyway, so his mother, Brulia. So first of all, she's a Jewish, Orthodox Jewish, because, best part, she's a Polish Orthodox Jew, because I am loving Polish moms. My mom is actually half Lithuanian, half Polish. Yay. מתנגדים וחסידים ביחד. Actually, yeah, I mean, my mom is half Polish. I'm like a quarter of Polish, because three quarters Lithuanian, because I'm that cool. I'm also half Canadian, half American, but that doesn't count because everyone is from Lithuania and Poland, and I'm actually from Israel. Woo! Tangent. Anyway, like missing the point. Anyway, so she is Polish Orthodox Jew, mom and boy, Polish mom, best mom. Anyway, so and she's an albino, which means she's very white, like, you know, skin white, hair white, everything white except for her eyes. They're actually red because, you know, no color, no melatonin, I'm so terrible at names. Excuse me, I'm terrible at names. So anyways, so she is extremely, extremely pale. And the funny thing is that Charlie is actually from an Irish descent. I mean, I would say another thing, but that's also a spoiler, so I can't say. Sorry. Anyway, so he's an Irish, which he's specifically has auburn hair, which is reddish brown. I mean, I don't go all the way to the stereotype because there's no reason to. It doesn't need flaming hair. That would be David, King David. Unless, I mean, they do. Some people said that money actually didn't really mean red. It's a whole machlok. It's a whole ish thing. Anyway, so he has auburn hair, and green eyes. Maybe I should change it. I want to change him. Yeah, I'll change it to dark brown. I like dark brown. I like colors in the eyes that when you have the light on them, they're like this beautiful, mesmerizing. Anyway, I'm like trying to be so theatrical, like with all my. I'm literally waving my arms in the air because I am that extra, but I keep forgetting I'm like talking on my video, and I'm like, okay, go back to. Anyway, so he is also very pale, or like normal pale. And then but the funniest thing is that next to his mom, he looks really tan. And it's like, what's what I feel like when I'm like when I'm next to my sister or next to my father, because I am pale kind of, especially now that I'm not really spending time in the sun. Like during the army, I was tan. I was really tan, but I never understood why people go tanning, because my tan is actually a really disgusting tan. Like everyone shows this tan people with very brown tan. I'm a gray tan. I look sick when I'm tan. So obviously it's not a really good idea for me to look tan. Well, it also would be, well, the expression could also be because in the army I'm like wearing a fool's uniform. So the only places that got tan was my face and my arms. Like, literally. And while my arms were really actually round and tan, my face was gray tan. I looked weird, especially when I'm like taking off the uniform and like putting on a normal shirt. And it's like you see this weird line that separates from really pale to really gray. Like, I look dying, actually. Yeah, so moving on. So he actually looks pretty tan next to his mother. I wonder if Gabriel, like that's how his mother, that's how Bruria calls him. It's like, I was thinking of maybe giving Charlie like a more Jewish name, because Bruria is a Jew. But because I know she married out to Leo, who is a Christian actually. An Irish, no, he's not Irish. I keep forgetting, I should check it later. I wrote it down. He's a Christian, and he wanted to name the first child. He named him Charles, because because Leo. Why do I keep thinking of a different show? Because Leonardo. Oh my god, I really like their hotels, and it's so fun. Okay, anyway, so Leo is likes the name Charles because also Leo is actually the mayor of used to be, now he's no longer, he's retired. So everyone expected their kids to be named normally, not like Tim or something like that, or Tom, or whatever. So he called him Charles, or Charlie, as Charlie likes to be called, because he doesn't like his actual name, because it's kind of disgusting for him. I mean, I don't care. I like the name. That's why I chose it. Anyway, but the second child, Bruria called, which is Gabriel. I actually don't really know what angel he is. I mean, I know him from the Supernatural and from different shows, and I think he does have something with children. I can't remember. Oh God, I don't know the reason for I chose the name for a reason. I just can't remember why. Well, lucky you're an idiot. You really need to write down the reason. Well, I did write them down, but it's not in front of me. In front of me, I'm actually looking at the drawing of Noel. Anyway, so Gabriel, but his father calls him Gabriel because that's the American version. I mean, they don't live in America. They live in a fictional street because I'm too lazy to study geography. Yay me! And also I'm too lazy to actually study the people living in those areas, and because I'm not American. And I don't want to have it in Israel because that would really be weird because it doesn't fit Israel culture. So I put it in a very fictional street. Like, I don't really try to have any geography in my stories because, again, I am terrible. I don't live in Japan, so when I write fan fiction for Japan, I can't write anything that happens in Japan unless I make it really, really ambiguous. But yeah, overall, I'm trying not to have any geography in my stories because I'm terrible with that. I'm terrible with people. Yay me. Not that terrible. I can actually talk to people. Yay me. Anyway, okay, I've been going on for 20 minutes. I'm wondering if I should finish this recording, and if I'll need more time with my video, I'll just stack it together. Anyway, it was nice talking to you guys, and hopefully you won't get bored by the time I finish. By the time you finish watching this. Anyway, bye.